Hey everybody, good afternoon. I hope you had an amazing day. And if you caught me in the central room today, that means you caught, I hope, what was a very nice ride this morning from the demand zone that I presented to you before price got there. And as you can see, price has moved from that zone from 58.15 into 58.80. That's how you do it. That is how we love to do it. We could see now that we have this big push. We're looking for a move at this moment into 59.05. I'm going to be honest with you. I got in super late with my personal trade, but I was still about here almost 40 points to the upside before I closed. I just closed it a few minutes ago. I didn't actually get into my trade. Let's look at the entries here. And this video is going to be all about ES futures and the SPY. Okay, I think it's really, really important that we continue to talk about this because really this is going to be our roadmap. And then I might finish this quick video off with one of my favorite names and give you some details around that in order for you to have a great experience. The hint, it is a car and has an electric battery. All right, so I was able to get in today um, in the futures at 58.43 and I closed at 78. Okay. So, not as many points as I should have taken. I think this morning when we open up, we talked a lot. We try to be patient, but price did come into here. I want to say two times to give you that opportunity. I ended up taking the trade above the PMZ, and then I just stepped away instead of trying to close out my position. This is how I hold it. As long as this green zone doesn't break, I'm staying in the trade. And usually I would have taken the trade off here at the supply zone. But I feel fortunate enough. We also went long in the SPX on Friday and today. And this paid for the trade. So because of that, I said, you know what? I don't want to wake up and perhaps, let's just say this cloud ends up being resistance and it rolls over. It just would be kind of a bummer because then I'd lose on the SPX trade and the futures trade. So took that off, paid for it, and I really, really hope that this helped you today. All right. Now, this is the 4 hour. Again, I believe we're headed to 59.05. Your support is going to be 58.65. As long as we could stay above this cloud here and above that trendy edge, that's going to be your support. You guys can see just right underneath there, that's where that cloud is. And then we have the support of the trendy edges. So again, want that to hold. The PPI tomorrow, if good or bad, it doesn't matter, but most likely what happens is that we'll open up or price will push price into the zone. And this is where it gets sort of confusing when you're listening to me. Red zones is where we want to start taking profits and pulling those stops up on any long positions. And I added to long positions this morning. So again, the portfolio is thanking me this afternoon. But in here, I see a lot of resistance. I see supply. So if we open up there, I just want to tell you, take caution on the open. If for some reason we don't move up a whole lot tonight and price is just hanging around the yellow edge, then what happens is that we are um, right between two opposing zones. Okay, so at equal librium, if you will. And this happens a lot right before events, right before econ data, you name it. They put you halfway through there. And if you think about it, it makes a lot of sense from a mathematical standpoint or from someone taking money from you because half of you are going to think that we're going to head back down, and then the other half thinks that we'll move up into and or around these levels. Okay, there's no there's no there's no advantage point here, right? I mean, if you're closer to the red zone, then we would be higher up on the zone. The probabilities would be more in your favor that we were going to hit the red zone. But again, we're halfway there. All right. So this is what it looks like from the 4 hour. I believe that price continues to ping pong between here. And then the bigger picture, let's go into the daily. All this stuff was discussed with you in the broad market analysis. If you have not watched that, please do so. Please, please do so, and then you'll understand why this worked today. So we came into the imbalance of November the 4th. The election data or election results came out. Therefore, price moved very quickly. And if you weren't there to take advantage then that's okay, because guess what? Prices come back all the way to that imbalance. And those who were willing to buy after the election are still sitting here saying, hey, they're basically, they're smart. They're like, I don't want to chase this up. Things feel extended on the higher time frames. I'm going to wait until price comes back to that zone. That's where the bigger money is waiting. They get in, price reacts, and now we're pushing up. In their minds, they're hoping that price can continue to move towards the top. Now, I'm going to give you my scenario, what I think is going to happen. Again, price is king. Market doesn't give a crap what I think. But looking at my zones and understanding how price moves, I can take a really good shot at it. Right in this area, I would expect resistance, like I was talking about. Here, I believe, sets up a possible short opportunity for a short-lived short opportunity. And when the inauguration comes, I'm on the long side, on the call side of SPX for the 24th. What I'm looking for going into the 24th on the SPX, if you did not hear me this morning, let me just make sure I pull this up. All right, and we do have a holiday in there as well. But on the 24th, what I've done is I've bought the 5950s, sold the 6000s. I almost feel like I need to maybe make this 100 wide. I'll see if there's anything else I can do. But I did 50 wides. I did the 50 by 6000 into 6050. So basically, what I need in order to make money is right up here. And you might be asking, well, why are you doing it right around the short trigger, right? And so I want to go over that with you so that you understand. So again, 5950 all the way up to 6000. So this is where I need it. So what could happen after both PPIs or whatever is price could continue to just kind of, tomorrow do something like this, pull back. CPI, we come like this, we pull back, we find support, and then up towards the 20th through the 24th, something like this. Okay. Now, what if I'm completely wrong and price just fires all the way through all of this? Um, my other thought is, if the inauguration is, and this was a buy the dip scenario, then I want to be shorting right in here, and probably buying 100-point wide put butterfly for this to happen. Okay. Now, I'm one of the biggest bulls. I really am, but I have to look at this chart, and it tells me to short it when we do come up into supply zones. Okay. So this is the bigger picture. I love that we came into here. That worked really, really well. On the weekly, same thing, guys. We came into the monthly edge. I talked about this level as well in my broad market analysis, so you'll understand why it worked, but you can see why it worked on the other charts. So going forward, sentiment is really important. Let's look at the watch list. One of the things, we have Nvidia popping up here. We'll take a quick look at it. I am in the off topic today. I said that I am accumulating Nvidia in this gray box. Okay. Now, I would like to get it even a lot lower, but I started buying shares already. My next ad is going to be 127. I was hoping we were going to get it there. If you notice very closely, we came very close to the trendy edge. This purple trendy edge are monthly zones, so we're looking at swinging trades for several weeks as long as this zone holds. So if I don't get all of my shares, that's okay. I may be able to take this trade for a swing, and if the market continues to move up and it doesn't move back, then I'll most likely trim these shares as we get into this blue box, and then maybe buy some calls or something like that, and then I'll wait for prices to come back into around 127, 120, and start buying again. Okay, so that's Nvidia's plan right now. I don't want to micromanage this or give you all these like little details like I usually would. I think the big picture is really smart going into January, March timeframe, and just kind of set us up for success towards the middle of the year. Okay. That is NVIDIA. Now let's talk about Tesla. Now on Tesla today, I had an automatic buy that came in at, give me 1 second here, at 396. So we have some calls in the room, and we have, and I have my long-term trade that I put on in the, I think at the end of 2023, beginning of 2024. We've been adding and selling around a core position the entire year. And like I said, I want to be your Tesla whisperer because I believe that there's nothing better than my charts. So this is the same chart I've been sharing with. Make sure you guys follow me on social media. All right. And that way, when I say social media, out on X, I put videos on my YouTube. I also put them on my X so that you guys can see them. I want to be doing anywhere from 1 to 2 week updates on this trade for Tesla so you can understand why I'm getting in. We'll put the blueprint together when price gets there. All you have to do is know how to click and understand how to get into a trade and understand how to um, trade with the risk that you're willing to take. Okay. But let me show you why we took these trades down here. The demand zone worked. We pushed up into a trendy edge. We got a rejection there. And then I went long again today because look, I mean, we're down by the demand zone. We're making higher lows. The 9 EMA is holding. Therefore, I want to take advantage of that. So what can you expect going into the rest of the week? Well, the scenario I gave you in the ES futures, if we were to push towards 59.05 and 59.50, I believe that we could head towards 420 by 430. That's going to be this level right here, which is automatic. This is a trendy edge identifying where we would see resistance. And then I have my level up here at 431. Overall, love to see this at 450. Not saying it's going to happen this week. I think we just got a good pop for right now, okay? All right, as we move down, where would be areas of support if you wanted to get in again? Now check this out. See these trendy edges? Right? Notice this trendy edge right here at 382. We got the pullback into there. Prices held very well. We pushed up. So from a daily standpoint, tomorrow, if prices can bid above 405, and look, we're at 408 right now. Okay. If we could stay above that 405 level, things look really, really good. We should have a nice move that puts us towards 420 into tomorrow, guys. I really hope you appreciate this. If you have any questions around Tesla or the ES futures, please, please reach out to me. Before I go, it's very important. If you are not a futures trader, it does not matter. You can trade off of my blueprint, and hundreds of people do it. All you have to do is use the SPY, okay? You could use the SPX, which is cash settling, which is really cool. You don't even have to close the position if it's working out for you. And you could choose SPY options, or you could trade the SPY equity. You can also trade XSP, which is a smaller version of the SPX. Okay. You can also trade micros instead of e-minis on the futures. You have so many choices here, folks. Don't give up on these blueprints. They're amazing. They work well. They made us money today, and I hope they helped you make some money as well. I appreciate you. Have an amazing week. We'll see you next Monday in the Central Room. Thanks so much.